Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, oh yes, we're looking at something quite old and now becoming quite rare. We are looking at the 1966 Stingray Annual, which is all based on the Gerry Andersons television series of the time. And it was released by World Distributors in late 1966 for the upcoming 1967 year. Okay, so this is the book in front of us, and it says Stingray Annual, and you can see an image of Stingray shooting through the water, and just above that you can see two terrorfish that have just been blown up, probably by Stingray. Okay, so that's the front cover. Let's just whiz it over to the back, and it says on the back, Stingray, based on Gerry Anderson's TV series, and it's got 1966 City Magazines Limited and AP Films Merchandising Limited. Okay, let's just have a very quick look at the spline. So it says Stingray Annual just on the side there, and that is it. It looks like there's been a little bit of damage to the paper covering on the corner of the spline there, and it's had a tape repair. But generally, other than that, there's a little nick on the front there as well. But other than that, it's in very good condition. Okay, let's open it up and have a look inside. Okay, so I've opened the front cover, and there we can see some beautiful images. So you've got a very nice print of artwork print. Oh, actually, I think they're pictures taken from the TV series. So that's phones, and obviously you've got Captain Troy Tempest there. And just at the bottom there, where you can see my finger is, there's the original purchase price of 10 shillings and sixpence, which is something like 56p. Okay, and then we come on to the next page, and you see an image of Marineville. And it's got printed and bound in England by Gerald & Son Limited, Norwich, 1966 AP Films Limited and ITC Limited. Published by City Magazines Limited and AP Films Merchandising Limited. And then we come on to the very first story, which is Stingray the Collector, which is a full colour comic strip story that features Troy Tempest and the crew from Wasp, obviously battling against the amphibians. And then we come on to Aqua Antics, which is a load of funnies by the looks of it. And then Oink, the Seal, which is a little comic strip story featuring that character. And then we're on to a full story now. And also, incidentally, the stories in this are all original stories wrote specifically for these books. So then you've got Marineville Must Go, and that's a full story with colour illustrations, and I've got to say the illustrations in this are absolutely fabulous. Illustration of Stingray there, the next building in line for demolition with Commander Shaw's home. There we go. Why is it so upset? It's angry. Someone's already actually done this, so it rearranges to Stingray. And you've got hydronic missiles, information on those from Wasp. And then we've got another comic strip story, which is called The Sunken City, Stingray comic strip story. Again, it's full colour comic strip story. One of the good things about the Anderson annuals was that most of them were all in full colour. Oceanauts, and that's all about exploring underwater, under the ocean. And then we come on to Marineville Control Centre, and that shows you all information about the headquarters of Wasp. And then we're on to another comic strip story, which is the history of Titanica. And again, that's all full colour. It's a story with full colour images. Aquanauts, which is all about the amphibians' seabed weapon. Titan Terrorfish, and that's all about his Terrorfish and functionalities and what they do. Aqua Wrestling Championship, I think they're funnies, Aqua Antics. And then we come on to another comic strip story, which is called Stingray Enemy in Marineville. And again, it's a full colour comic strip story. Original story again, featuring Tempest and Wasp. And it's got Wasp Strike Air Force. and that's all about their aircraft. And then we come on to the game. It says Stingray Patrol, how to play Stingray Patrol. Stingray is off on another exciting patrol. The game can be played by 2 or more players. To start, throw a 6 to open the ocean door, and then travel with Troy and phones through the dangers that lie ahead. The first player to arrive back to the ocean door is the winner. And so all you need is some buttons and a dice. That's it, really. Okay, and then we come on to another story, which is a full story with colour illustrations. And it's called Tsunami Terror. And again, it features the Stingray and Troy Tempest and phones. And then we come on Submarine Aircraft Carrier. Interesting. And then we're on to the next comic strip story, which is called The Arabian Pilot. Again, it's full. These artwork images are fantastic, I must say. Really, really good for the time. And again, it's full colour, original story. And then we come on to, well, information all about Marineville. And then we're on to another comic strip of Wink, the Seal. Again, it's a short comic strip story. Another full story featuring Troy and phones in Bay of Lost Souls. And it's a full original story with colour images, colour drawings. And then we got underwater interceptions and underwater catapults. And Battle of the Coral Sea. Now I think that's actually based on the Yorktown destroyer. And then we are looking at another full story, which is called Aquacade Emergency. And again, it's Stingray and against Terrorfish. And features phones and Troy Tempest and Wasp battling under the ocean. Obviously with the full colour strips again. Okay, and then we come on to Titan's Terrorfish. And then you have to colour in the certain numbers in the colours that they tell you. And this one has actually been started. So number 5 has been coloured in. Is it a 5? No, number 2. No, number 1, sorry, has been coloured in with dark green. And you just finish the rest off and you'll see the underwater feature. Secret Plan to Death Scope. And again, that has been started by the looks of it. But it's only in pencil, so that could easily be rubbed out and done again if necessary. And that's all, again, information about Marineville and the ocean door and Stingray and so on, injector seats. And then we come on to another strip story, which is Stingray Death Ray. And again, it's a original story with comic strip story with fantastic images. Again, these drawings in these books are absolutely brilliant. Yep, and it's Troy Tempest again in action with his buddy phones. And then we come on to another comic strip of Oink the Seal, sorry, which is a very short comic strip. And that brings us to the end of the annual, basically. So you've got one last thing, a secret mission to do, which basically you have to get Stingray through to Titanica. There's a secret entrance where you start and you've got to end up there. It's a very simple maze. And then it says Adventures in the 21st Century Thunderbirds are go every Wednesday, 7D in the TV Century 21 comic. And that is the final pages, which is inside the back cover. And you can see the Stingray and the Terrorfish there. Okay, so that is the Stingray Annual from 1966, or released in late 66 for the upcoming 67 year. That's pretty much what they did with all the annuals back in the day. They released them September, October, November time, ready for Christmas, because that was a time when everybody went out and bought the annuals, and they were in the kids' stockings or the sacks for Christmas morning. Because there was no such things as video recorders, TV, streaming, DVDs, anything like that. So these were our streaming service, if you like. So new stories, original stories in the annuals that we could read through, pick them up and read them whenever we wanted. Obviously technology for streaming and internet and videos and DVDs, that didn't exist back in 1966. So annuals was a very, very big thing. And on Christmas morning, you will wake up to your Christmas sack or your stocking, and you will find several one or two annuals, maybe even more than that, in your Christmas stocking. So point being, annuals sold fantastically back in the day. I suppose right up until the late 80s, when the internet started to become available and videos and DVDs were available. So it kind of like pushed the annuals backwards, because you can now get your TV series on tape or on disc and watch it whenever you wanted to. And then of course it's moved on from then, and now all the services are streamed, so you can watch them whenever you like. So very, very different times, and very, very different ways of enjoying your program. And for the manufacturers, it was great, and for the program producers, it was fantastic, because it's advertising their TV series, keeps it fresh in their minds, and as soon as the next series was there, bang, you know, you're winning to it. Anyway, now we're talking 58 years on since this annual was released, and a lot of these Stingray annuals now, certainly the older ones, are becoming more and more difficult to find. They do still pop up from time to time on the platforms, don't get me wrong. But like I say, as I said before, on the platforms, just be a bit wary of the condition that you're buying, because some person's very good condition could be somebody else's acceptable condition. So you do really need to be a little bit vigilant and have a really good look at the posters, the pictures, before you actually order one. Or alternatively, you could come to Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles, where we do have a couple of these annuals available on our website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Andersons annuals, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive that you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.